And cheers. In-person sour beer podcast. What do you think?
That's super sour.
It's good. That's like a real sour.
It's a real sour?
It's farmhouse, right?
It's no Plan B.
No.
Oh, it's a farm. It's a
Farmhouse ale.
no, it's not. It's wild ale.
Okay.
It's a wild ale.
That's
Maple syrup, blueberries, coffee, aged in Spirit Lab bourbon barrels,
Interesting.
and it's 10.5%.
yeah. I mean, it tastes. I never like.
When I bought it, I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to taste like a stout, but it's really just a delicious,
like
and heavy sour.
heavy, but like
Yeah,
flavorful and yeah, like
yeah.
it's housey kind of.
Yeah, it's got wild.
It's real sour. It's a real sour, not like that shitty stuff that you.
The smoothie sours.
Yeah, or like
Yeah,
any
like-
other sour.
Those
Yeah.
are
So it's like the ones that you fill with like fruit and they just dump a crap ton of fruit into it.
Well, there's the ones that are fruity, and then there's the ones that are gluten-free fruity, and they're very different because gluten-free fruity uses sorghum as a base.
No.
What, you know what that is?
Yeah, that's gross.
So they use sorghum as a base, so it kind of just tastes like they just dumped a shit ton of fruit in a Truly.
And it tastes fake. Like you can
It tastes lighter. It's much lighter.
Probably not as healthy. Still,
I mean, it's the same healthy. Like none of them are healthy. When you have an insane amount of what do you call it? Fruit and sugar, and then it just eats itself, and then turns into alcohol, and then you just chug it all in like a minute. Then yeah, that's really bad.
What I find so funny about these drinks is like also with orange juice. It's like orange juice is such a weird concept because you're just chugging down 16 oranges per cup. It's crazy. It's just like imagine throwing 16 oranges down.
I can't.
and it's also
Zach loves
sugar.
orange juice.
I don't drink any anymore.
If you drink
Yeah, but it's
Snapple,
but it's protein, man.
Snapple's just as bad for you.
I don't drink diet, which is also probably not as good either.
Nah, this
Yeah,
super though. It destroys you anyway. It kills your liver and your kidneys. Like
What does?
aspartame.
aspartame.
That's the stuff that makes like
That's like
that's
It's
just
organic, actually.
yeah,
that's what makes it diet.
yeah.
It's one of the ingredients.
It's one of the things that makes it like not. They don't use sugar, so they use like things like sucralose, which is a added. Yeah, it's a what's it called? The substitute, and then they use aspartame, which is like I think a preservative that preserves it as a diet drink.
Is that how stevia and the other stuff
Stevia's
works too?
gross. Yeah. No. So what they do is that the chemistry behind it is they flip it. I think I'm not 100% certain, but I think they flip the stereochemistry of it.
Mhm.
So they're able to take something and make it more sugary, but not sugar, which makes it quote unquote healthier. But your brain gets a little.
And your body also thinks that it's consuming sugar, prepares itself for it, and then it doesn't ever
The
actually.
best way I like to think about exactly. So the best way I like to think about it is like chewing gum.
Okay.
Your stomach's gonna hurt after chewing gum. Why?
Does
It
it?
thinks you're hungry. It thinks you
No,
ate
so they
something.
think it thinks you ate.
Right. That's
So
what
it's
I'm saying.
gonna-
Well, yeah,
Because it's going to start the digestive
Because you
process.
have a mechanism.
Exactly.
The chewing
So
mechanism.
chewing. So,
it's part of the digestive process.
and then the fun fact is that if you chew gum while you're, which is unconnected, but chewing gum and cutting onions, you don't cry.
Why?
No one knows.
Really?
Wait, what?
There's a weird mechanism. I've tried it. It works. There's a weird
Do
mechanism.
you usually cry when cutting onions?
Well, it depends. So that's a fun fact about onions. I don't know why we're getting into this, but onions, the older they are, the fresher they are, you won't cry. So if you get one literally out of the ground, cut it.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it's an aging process.
Huh.
A lot of cool, weird science facts. It's one of my favorite ones, in all honesty. So, like, when you go to the store and they just put out onions, like, literally take it out of the hands of like the person who's putting it.
No
So,
way.
the fresher ones are also. You can also onions are inherently sweet.
Are they?
Yeah, so people
My Saba used to literally just bite into onions like apples.
exactly. If you go to like a homeless place in anywhere, and you know it's a good place, they're gonna give you onions because onions match the savory of the like the sweet of the onion.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's very interesting. So onions, people used to bake chocolate covered onions.
Ew.
Yeah, it used to be a thing, and it was sweet because it was sweet and sweet. Obviously, it was a little bit more savory, like umami type of flavor.
Yeah.
They would make sweet and sweet, and they put it together, and it was a Halloween thing. So now what people do is they
Wait, when was this?
I don't know, 50s, but it was what like those
Chocolate covered onions.
right, 100%.
Dude, How much would I have to pay you to eat a chocolate covered onion?
Not that much. I would try. I would try it.
I do.
If I took an onion,
And
if I take an onion tomorrow night,
and you
and I
dipped it in chocolate and you put it in the freezer and you add a little bit, $50, I would do it.
You're
cheap.
a cheap date.
Why not?
I'll do it for $1,000.
I ate a fish meatball for
Ew.
for $500. No, for $100.
Why is a fish meatball gross?
Because it's the
Is it-
concept of a
ball of fish.
Basically, it's gefilte fish. but-
You're Ashkenazi. You're exactly.
No, but it's more like it's a different type. It's not all. It's like white fish. Fish and meatballs don't.
$100. I do that for like.
I did it for. I
I
got
do it for $5.
out of it.
I mean lunch, like literally.
Pay for it.
Yeah,
Pay for the
I've had oxtail also.
But oxtail is a thing. Like
Oxtail's very good.
that's not like you're not talking about like
Would you eat tongue?
No,
I love
tongue is disgusting.
What about eyeballs?
Sorry,
My mommy's eyeballs.
not my taste. Not my taste. What?
My mommy's eyeball, like fish eyeballs.
Oh, I thought you said my mommy's eyeballs, and I was like, what did you just say?
No.
Tongue, I can't get over the look of it. Like to see
No, I
the
love
taste.
it.
To see the taste buds is kind of nasty.
You see the taste buds?
Oh yeah.
What do they look like?
Have you ever seen like raw tongue in the store? Like when you buy it, it looks like a massive tongue
Have you ever
just
met a
laying
cow?
in like a butt.
Have you ever met a cow? I've met a cow before. Their tongues are really big.
I met a cow too.
I
It's
will-
huge.
Hello, you came to the farm with me back in Rutgers.
Yes, I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
that was the time.
You-
Oh, I think I drove by it by the way on the way.
No, to the way of my dad's wedding.
You raised a sheep for
A semester.
a semester.
All the Israelis, what I tell the Israelis about is the funniest thing. They're like, oh my god, no way.
They think you're a communist.
They think
Because of that.
yeah, but they think I'm crazy. They're like, oh my god, and they laugh at it. I'm just like, you guys live in Israel. It's a fucking kibbutz, like everywhere you go.
Yeah,
Why is this so out of the ordinary? And they're just like, I don't know, it's America. But I'm just like,
it is out of the ordinary. Although
I
I think
know.
you don't associate people don't, even though I think a fair part is people don't associate Jersey with farms, and apparently there's a lot of farms in Jersey.
It's the Garden State.
Yeah, what about
Yeah, I don't think that.
What does that have to do with anything?
Farms.
No,
I mean, no, Jersey's like pretty rural. Like there's a lot of rural aspects to Jersey. A lot of central and south Jersey is pretty rural.
Rural is
And wet. And,
suburban.
no,
No.
less than suburban.
the country.
Countryside.
Like if you
That's
go
so,
south,
so,
Like where camps are.
yeah.
Yeah, you know why? I have a lot of equestrian customers in Jersey, Western Jersey.
Yeah, western.
There are a lot of horse
South,
farm, a lot of
west,
horse,
yeah.
you know what it is.
Western, central, and southwestern Jersey. Like not near Trenton.
I'm gonna pour a little bit of water in the cups. We'll get some.
Yeah.
We'll get some of this Equilibrium stout. Shout out to Equilibrium Brewery. Love this place in Middletown, New York. Also near the farms, near the upstate farms.
Is this near Binghamton?
No,
No.
this is in Middletown. So it's
40 minutes north of Rockland County.
No, it's more. It's an hour and 10. Middletown.
Okay.
Chester's
How
40
about we
minutes.
make a deal and call it an hour?
Definitely. So this is a caramel coconut fluffernutter stout.
Oh, this is the one you were saving for me.
By the way, every comedian is gonna have a ball with the fact like, oh, let's throw fucking caramel and coconut and peanut butter in this beer and be like, oh, but it actually tastes delicious. So
Dark.
screw all these guys. It's a stout, dude. Also, I mean, you want to Google this stout. Google caramel coconut fluffernutter equilibrium, and
Like 13 will go.
yeah, because first of all, you can see the ratings. Oh, it's also with a place called Arcane. From here.
Oh.
It's a place with a brewery called Arcane. I forgot where they are.
It's like syrup.
Maybe Colorado.
What is it? Caramel coconut.
Fluffernutter. It'll tell you a rating out of 5, which I think is stupidest rating system out there.
Yeah. The top rating system is hard.
People are going like, oh, 4.2. I mean, you mean 84? You mean like B?
What do we think? Taste it.
It's not gonna be less than a 4.
No.
It's not less than a 4. And how many percent is it? Is it 12%?
11.
11%. All right, cheers.
Cheers. Let's rate it.
So you guys rate it because I know already.
Holy crap, I love that. It's literally a cake and a beer. You know how unhealthy this is?
That's
So
heavy
unhealthy.
peanut butter.
This has to be 450 calories.
Just
This much?
yeah.
No, that's probably 300.
milliliters.
I know. No, 500 milliliters.
That's really good.
these
Oh, that's 50, yeah.
I would say probably
I'd give this. I personally would give this a 4.4.
4. I was also going to give 4.4.
I give it an 88.
A 4.38.
I give
I get
it
4.38.
The aftertaste is a fluff. It's like fluff.
Yeah,
That's
4.38.
so cool. 4.38 and
I mean, I'm giving it a 4. But people are going to give it a 4.1. A 4.1 because you probably have Equilibrium is a big brewery, right? you probably have maybe
Wow.
500 people or 300 people rating this, and a lot of people are going to be very opinionated about this. So and then people like that'll drink this that don't like stouts, like, oh, this is gross, and then like they'll just give it a bad rating. So I'd say 4.1.
I want Karen to taste this.
Okay. For sure.
After.
You give it to him now. Because I'm gonna just keep on talking.
Wait, but what about? So wait, what do we think?
I give it a 4.4, but I think the overall rating is 4.1.
I said 4.38.
It's a 4.4.
It's a 4. Oh, really?
It's 4.4.
Wow,
That's really high.
That's a really high front.
Yeah. How many ratings were there?
I'll give me 1 second, and I'll tell you.
100. I can't probably.
117 people seem to agree with you.
117.
No, so the average is 4.43, but it's 4.4.
That's a really high. That's a really high rating.
And listen, it has.
Zach, want to send the picture of the chat?
It's very cool. I like the aftertaste because it tastes like fluff.
This is nuts, dude.
It's like you hit all the notes, you hit all the things. It's like this is crazy. Hold on, I'm gonna give it to Karen.
I wanted to see the other half. I wanted to open the other half with you guys.
Which other half one?
All 10th anniversary.
I've seen that.
Dude.
There's banana in that one?
No, there's the banana anniversary, and then there's this one.
Oh, okay, fine.
This one is caramel walnut brownie stout, aged 16 to 29 months in bourbon barrels with coffee, brownies, wild black and English walnuts, caramel, vanilla ice cream powder, cacao nibs, sea salt, New Guinea and West Papua New Guinea vanilla beans. 15.2%.
15.2%?
Dude, we can't. You don't open it? You don't have to. But like, let's see.
I feel like we could open it tomorrow.
Well, dude, look at all this beer in here, man.
We're not drinking everything.
I know, but I'm not holding back.
Let's feel like all of it. Yeah. All of it. Bring it out.
That's what we're saying.
Here's his description, dude.
Okay.
By the way, their stuff's very good. Their stout actually was good. I sent you one of their stouts.
Ooh, so this is gonna taste like.
Oh, this one you sent me over here.
This one tastes like ice cream.
And this one is maple bourbon barrels with almonds, coconut, toasted coconut,
maple syrup kind of gone.
Cocoa, banana, cinnamon, molasses, maple syrup, and milk sugar. I can't have milk sugar. I eat meat.
We all like paper.
Yeah, dude. What do you think?
I like this one.
What does Karen think? She didn't like it.
She's like almond. I'm like, what?
Almond?
She's like, it tastes like almond something, and I'm like, I don't fully get that, but okay.
Yeah.
But no, I'm not the biggest peanut butter fan, but this is great. I love the aftertaste of the fluff, where like it literally tastes like you're eating like a marshmallow fluff type of sandwich.
Yeah, definitely.
It has the calories to prove it, but
so dude, now that we have you here in your last couple of days of your America trip, what do you think?
I want to stay.
You want to stay?
Actually?
So there's like
if you take Avrumi and I out of the equation, like your friends.
No, you can't do that.
No, you can't do that.
Oh, but that's
you guys are the trip.
Right, but
go ahead.
Is it because your American trip? Would you like? Is it America or is it like?
Dude, when he got Smash House last night, like I need to stay in this country, dude. Like I love this place.
No, it's
they have fast food like that in Israel.
Yeah, but it's not in Israel is home. You know what I mean? Like this is like vacation. So there's a very big distinguished.
No, that's not the right word.
Yeah.
Distinct.
There's a very distinct. Yeah, like I have to make the distinction because this is a vacation. Like I don't work here. Like I was working. Like I have to finish like reports. I have to hand in things. I have deadlines.
Well, you were working when I was in my apartment. I would get up at 7. I get up at 7 and I walk out. Rummy's there on his computer.
Yeah.
But it's not working. He's hanging on the computer.
It's not true at all.
Watching porn at 7 o'clock in the morning.
That's also you can check my history.
Oh, sure. Like no such thing as a option.
And he knows all too much about that. That's why.
Yeah, sure. Because none of us are ever teenagers.
But
growing up in the 2010s. Yeah.
Yes, feel unlucky with that. But it's hard because this isn't a reality. Like for me, this is your reality. Being here every day, you're going to work. You do.
Yes, we're not doing what we're doing with you.
That's true too. But I'm like, it's hard because it's like now because I have worked from home or work remotely and all these things. Like it can be a reality.
Do you think it's feasible for you to be living here and doing your job or doing your research while you're
No.
you have to be in the lab? You have to be.
Like I have to be in the lab. If I didn't have to be in the lab, like her and I actually spoke about it when we were driving to the.
Actually, driving a pickup truck.
Dude, it's sick.
Really?
It's a little bit.
It's a crappy car. It's a crappy car, but it's just such. I love being so high up on the road and bumping around, and I love pickup trucks.
We hit a pothole and it was just like it felt like it was nothing.
Yeah,
it felt like it was a pinhole. But it's a complicated. It's complicated because here there's a lot of things that I love about America, and there's a lot of things I don't love about America. So it's like,
join the club.
No,
every American.
For sure, but you haven't made the jump over the pond. Like I made the jump, and now it's like I can say it because I also there's a lot of things about Israel I don't like. There's a lot of things about Israel that I do like, but I chose to live in Israel, so I'm in Israel. You know what I mean? So like if I didn't make the jump, that I could be like, okay, like I hate America for X, Y, and Z reasons, and I love America for X, Y, and Z reasons. But now it's more of like
That's perspective.
Right, it's romanticizing it because, like, I remember last year our trip. I think our trip last year was insane. This trip is also great. You know, like these trips are always great, and like obviously when I see you guys, it makes it even better. Because like I said, when I listen to your other podcasts, it's like I get to get the information on what I've missed all these years living there, and now that I'm here, it's like, oh, okay, now we have these memories together.
Yeah.
So it's like that's the hard part. I think like the one thing also that I was said to both.
Also, the Airbnbs are cool. Like even last year when you came and like when you could rent for like $100 a night that you could rent or $120 a night, where you could rent a 4-bedroom townhouse if you own private pool in a gated community. What?
Yeah, I said I would have known.
You've done it too. I mean,
I'm saying from last year.
But that's what I think the one thing that I would say is that I miss doing like let's say my 20s here for that specific reason because like Zach travels here all the time and like I also like
we traveled a ton when you were here.
When I was that's what I'm saying.
You're living here, you travel.
Exactly, but I'm saying like I missed it on the fact where it's like I could have lived in let's say I lived in Jersey. Let's just throw it out there. Like I lived in Jersey, I could have been at Newark Airport all the time, coming here, going there, moving down to Florida at some point. Like all of those things. Like I think that's the experiences. Like I'm completely fine with where I live. I love where I live. I love living in Israel, even though it's a little bit crazy sometimes and all these things. But it's like missing out on those opportunities of like creating those cool things. Like okay, like you want to fly down, go to Florida, go to Disney. You want to fly across to like Vegas. You want to do all
but it's not like you. It's not like
it's not all the time.
No, but it's not all the time. It's not like you don't have those memories. Like you still you have different things. Like
for sure,
I can't just pick up and go to
Israel.
Yeah, or like, but even places within the country, that like I don't live by a beach, and I go there every Friday after, like every Saturday afternoon, and hang out with friends.
Oh right, yeah. No, but that's the opportunities that we have here. Like we have, like, I guess we're drinking a lot right now.
No, I'm bringing in options.
Oh, okay, I'll take options. But no, that's a funny thing because Zach brought up a really good point. Zach was like, you have the beach. I mean, when I lived in Tel Aviv, I had the beach every weekend.
Okay.
Versus like you guys.
Everyone, yeah, but you know what? By the way, listen, I live 4 miles from.
By the way, I have this in my apartment. You bought this also, and I haven't opened it yet. So.
It's real. This is actually the second time that I rarely buy like a bottle of nice beer and go back and buy a second one. This is the second time I bought this.
Wow.
I really liked it.
Dark lager, right?
That says something.
It's dark. Yeah. So this place, Barry House, is one of the best. I think it's, in my opinion, it's probably the best brewery in Tampa because
that's strong.
It makes best beer tasting beer and a variety of
like
lager styles. Yeah.
Lager,
so this is a strong ale aged 16 months in port wine barrel and 12%. Like that's gonna be delicious. But I also have. Sorry to get you off topic. We're back here.
We're good.
This is Corporate Ladder, which everything they do is corporate themed. This is called Fireball Offense, and it's
I love Corporate
Ladder. Imperial stout conditioned on cacao nibs, cayenne pepper, cinnamon, agave nectar, vanilla, and marshmallow.
That's gonna be sweet as a hell. Agave nectar.
Yeah, but it also has the cayenne pepper and.
Oh, so that's gonna finish. It's gonna have.
Yeah, there's a.
That's cool. Good. For
there's a Mexican hot chocolate inspired stout.
That's pairing with like that.
And then yeah, so we'll pick from those two. Anyway, so yeah, you have the beach near you, but when you live somewhere, like you could be a beach bum and like it's kind of like a lifestyle kind of like vibe. Sure. But like I live here, when we were here, I haven't been to the beach here in probably a year. Maybe I've been there once or twice in the last year and a half.
I'll say
this goes to, not to interrupt you, but kind of
But I'm going to.
but I'm actually going to, and I'm sure it'll relate to your point as well. Kind of like what we were talking about, and you spelled it in, like when you live in a place, you you actually don't do the touristy, quote unquote touristy things a lot, right? Like Effie doesn't go to the beach. I haven't been to the Met.
Right.
I haven't got. Well, I think I went to the Empire State Building once in my life, and I lived in Manhattan. I've only been to the One World Observatory because I went on a date, but that has nothing to do with like because that's like a good activity. But I wouldn't go there just be like, oh, like I want to go to the One World Observatory today, or like I'm gonna go to Governor's Island, or I'm gonna go to Central Park, but Central Park is like a park, so
For sure.
um,
Like I think it's interesting because in Israel, Dafka, like we always traveled there. We were tourists at one point, right? So there's like a big difference. So like being a tourist at one point versus being a tourist in New York where we've lived our whole life. That I understand, but like it's sort of it's interesting. It's a very interesting concept.
I don't know. I think you also brought this up to me when I came to visit Israel. Is that when you're in a place, it's vacation. There's no way to know because it's like vacation.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing is that like I don't know. Israel what I wanted to say is sort of along this like America, like so I was listening, either it was Lex or it was someone else, and they said that America's main export now is entertainment, right?
It's been for a long time, and propaganda,
And whatever. But
they're kind of one and the same.
my point with that is that like that's what I also miss. Like in Israel, like everything is like it's a bar. Okay, just a bar. It's a there's no like fun things, like there's no Disney. There's no like
Yeah, but but you say like when you say this community and like life is kind of much more life not kind of is much more community oriented.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember in Purim when I was there, it's the holiday, and you walk into a barber shop, you walk into a supermarket, you walk into any place, you're like, oh, have some wine, have a shot, like they pull out a bottle from behind the counter, have a good time. Like you don't really have that here for any particular occasion.
no, you have between Jews here, you have between people here that have the same quote unquote creed. I'll call it that. But I don't know. I think like again, like I think what we spoke about once is that like what I've given up in America is something, but
It's a trade-off.
in Israel.
It's a
I've
trade-off.
gained a lot.
It's a trade-off.
Right,
Sure.
that's what I'm saying.
Like we had like on our car that we just got, we had like quite a bit of rust on the bottom. So I took like car spray paint, which we bought. Someone came over to me like after the okay, is this your car? And like that's a worrisome.
Isn't it like you need help?
What?
As in you need help?
No, like as in like worried that I'm spray painting someone else's car.
Oh,
Which
okay.
is like in New York, someone sees you spray painting.
Mind your own business. Yeah.
Mind your own business. Get the fuck out. Get away. As I try to wash my mouth in front of the 5-year-old. But but no, Israel is very interesting. Like also like if you want to look at the war like everyone like I ran to get food for our friend's unit. We had and someone like was like okay like I need to make money, not necessarily need to make money off of it, but he's like I need to go and I need to make sure that I'm able to provide for my workers, so we're going to give you a good price for everything. There's a community thing. These aspects don't always exist.
That was great.
But yeah, I don't know. Would I stay here for another week? 100%.
Yeah, but I don't think you wouldn't move back here.
No, he wouldn't.
I wouldn't move back here.
No.
I said I wouldn't. I wouldn't move back here, but I wouldn't mind. Like, let's say,
Spending more time here.
what?
You wouldn't mind spending more time here.
I wouldn't mind. I would
Also, like, imagine if you had an opportunity, like, to come every couple of months for business for a week or two at a time. Like, you would love that. Like,
100%. No, so that's something that I asked Karen because.
But I would love that to do for the other way too.
well, you could.
But you could do it.
Right now, right.
Like
So I don't.
I have zero. I have zero opportunity to do it. Listen, I can get a job here. Relatively easy for someone who has 3 degrees in biology, biochemistry, chemistry, like biotech. Like I could probably easily find a job here. But like at the end of the day, like it's not. I don't have that opportunity in my hand, quote unquote. So for me, moving here is not easy. But I would like. I spoke to Karen.
You're not going to move here. You're not going to move here. You got to talk about something else. We're not going to move here, dude.
No, but this is a serious one. Karen would be down if it was her postdoctorate. Like I don't think I'm doing a post.
How long is a post office usually?
2 to 5 years, depending.
That's a long time.
But you get paid as it's a job.
It's a job.
It's a job. You get paid to go.
Like a good out of grad school job, like a couple $100,000 job, or like
90 on the good end.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't do it. If Karen got Harvard, Yale, Princeton, whatever,
she wouldn't want to do that. She wouldn't want to leave. She's not leaving her family.
No, we had a conversation about it. She said if she can get a post that was like 2 years, then like we could also afford to go back and forth.
What do you post?
A post means that you're able to get a professorship. You're internationally like quote unquote renowned.
Getting a PhD wouldn't be enough.
No, you can't get tenure in Israel without a
really.
Yeah.
I think the whole notion of tenure is pretty stupid.
I like it. I like it just for the shtick. I like it for the shtick.
But the fact that you do something when you're, let's say, 30 or 31, and then you can't get fired for the rest of your life, it's pretty crazy. Like, especially because people tend to deteriorate as they get older. I mean,
for sure.
You know, like, there's a lot of professors that I had in college that were tenured that, like, people just, like, they just did not. When you remove all incentive to keep your job, you're like, oh, you have to perform well to do your job, or you have to like continue doing X, Y, and Z research, and you have to continue being X, Y, and Z productive and a good teacher and great and doing X amount of classes. If you're not doing that, and you're just like, oh well, I know I'm never going to get fired, then like,
right? What
the heck, you know? I mean, you're not going to get good teachers that way.
No, I think it's a big problem. But at the end of the day, like I really think it's important that if to go back to the tenure, not the tenure thing, to the vacation thing or the moving here. I don't know. Like I don't know. I'd like if you gave me 6 months.
It's romantic. It's romantic and it's a nice idea.
But if you gave me if you gave me 6 months to oh my god, Munch is.
If you gave me 6 months too.
If you give me 6 months to be here, like in Florida, like rent up an apartment, be able to enjoy the community, enjoy being here, like a lot of Israel and a lot of being here is like it's a lot of travel. Like I sort of just want to stay in one place and like always moving in Israel. Not moving in the sense of moving apartments, but there's always like
taking a train here and you're going to take a bus to bus to a cab.
It's tiring, and like in Florida, like yes, we have a car now and things are different, but we're still walking to work. Like thank God we can walk to work, and we're still doing all these things. But it's just like
my life here. I was telling Zach earlier. I drive 15 miles, 20 miles a day, and that's it. Like, and compared to New York, I would easily like when I leased a car when I was in New York. Do you want to open another one?
In a minute.
When I leased a car when I was in New York, I got 15,000 miles a year, so 45,000 miles, right? My first 9 months of having the car, I put on 22,000 miles.
Yeah.
From work, from dating, because I was dating Rachel, and I was in Muncie and she was in Woodmere. So I could put on 250 miles in a day. If I went to the office and back to the house, and then I went to Jersey to drop off the FedEx, or whatever, and then went back to the house, then changed for the date and drove 100 miles, it's 200 miles. I mean, besides, and by the way, thank God that gas is a business expense. But it's crazy. I mean, but here, I spend such less time in the car. I spend so much less time running around place to place that I actually I find myself curious what to do with myself.
No, but I think that's a good problem. If there's any problem to have, it's a good.
By the way, there's a guy that came over one time. He was a locksmith. He's a locksmith like me. I hadn't changed the lock when I moved in, and he I have a lock and he's from New York, right?
Right.
He's from New York. Then he moved to Israel, got divorced. And apparently in Israel, the divorce laws are very strict when it comes to the kids being with the mother. And
I have no idea.
I don't know either, but apparently that's what you're saying. And so I think he has 3 kids he's not allowed to talk to, not allowed to contact, not allowed to see.
Wow.
He moved back here because he couldn't afford to continue living in Israel, paying alimony, paying taxes, and paying for himself and his kids. The guy in the community. And he's a locksmith. He came over and he was telling me how he kind of he misses New York. I was like, what about New York do you miss? He was like, well, I kind of miss like the hustle. Like there's too much. He said like there's too much downtime here, and like I don't know what to do with myself. And I'm like, well, are you comfortable with yourself? Like, are you comfortable with like who you are and like just like and he's like, no, like he goes, I don't want, like I'm not, I like to be consumed in that,
in something,
in that hustle of living in the New York. He goes Brooklyn, New York, Muncie, whatever it is. I like the fact I want to be consumed in the fast pace and in the crowds and in everything like that.
I mean,
I think a lot of
place to be because there's always something to do, so you can always fill your time and be busy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't like that. I like that's the thing. Like moving from Tel Aviv, the New York City of Israel, to Rehovot, which is the suburbs. Someone gone?
no,
I'd rather just have the downtime. Yes, like sometimes I feel like I always need to do something, but at the end of the day, like I don't want to always do something. Like you have to remember, like to do like
no, listen. There's a balance, and a lot of people aren't used to being with themselves. I was talking to. There's a great quote I read from Aldous Huxley that was, everyone's always looking to be with someone else, but at the end of the day, all the most important parts and most painful, I was like, the most important and most happy and most painful parts of your life you experience alone.
Yeah.
You die alone. You know, when you have these like extremely happy moments or like meaningful moments, like no one understands what it is except for you. You know,
right.
Yesterday, like we don't understand what it was for you to go through what you went through. You know, you were it was like it was you, and like the moment meant something that you couldn't share with anyone, that you couldn't tell. Like you could try to put into words and you could attempt to, but like you're the only one that experienced it.
Still doesn't feel real. Which also
Like, yeah.
Okay.
No, finish what I'm saying.
No, because Karen and I were talking about it on the drive back from the mall, and we're just like, what did you say when I was like, I don't remember. Like, like I don't know what I said to you.
But I think also when it comes to like you said, like the most experiences happen when the intense experiences happen when you're alone. Is that what you're saying? Because
the most intense. Yeah,
I think
like
also
memorable, like life experiences.
Right, but there's also a lot of beauty that could come out of being alone.
Totally.
Like I read this book. I just looked up the author because I forgot who it was, but it was Kamal Ravikant. He's an Indian guy, but he wrote this book called like "Live Your Life Like Your Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It."
Oh.
And it's a short book, and it's phenomenal. It talks about how you have to love yourself like your life depends on it. Literally, what the title is, because at the end of the day, you can't live if you don't love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you're not going to be able to do anything in life. And the biggest work that one has to do is enjoying time with themselves.
Yeah.
That's why like solo travel, even though it's hard, sometimes it's important. Doing things on your own is important. So,
no, I agree. I think that like the thing that really opened me up when I went a few years ago alone to Paris and alone to England, and I was able to just be with myself and really learn about myself. And I had my headphones and I was playing music. I was doing all these things, but like it really like you wanna be with yourself and understand yourself and all these things. But yeah, I don't know, some crazy stuff.
but yeah, yesterday was you probably kind of blacked out actually probably.
I didn't black out, but like now looking back, I was like, that happened so fast. Like when we were driving there.
I'm not saying blacking out, like you just don't. You know what happened, but you don't actually remember the details of what happened.
No, so like
that's in a way blacking out.
Yeah,
like the not to compare because there's no comparison, but summiting Kilimanjaro like that summit night after like the last camp, and we got out and we it was it was a 12-hour round trip. It was 10 hours to the summit, and we started at midnight. I don't remember probably a huge chunk. I don't remember the first 8 hours at all. Like I don't remember 8 hours of it at all. I remember that I did it, but I don't remember the details. So that's why it's like I feel like that's kind of what happened. Like same thing. Like it's you didn't black out per se, but you don't remember a chunk of like the detail
Like it's sort of just like we got there. Like I don't remember walking to the place where we got engaged. Like I don't remember walking up.
So you don't remember what you said to a full extent.
No, I don't. I don't really remember to a full extent exactly what I said. I do remember.
Do you have an idea of what you want to say in advance?
So I practiced it a little bit because I was on and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to ask anyone for help. I was like, it has to be personal and all those things. So like I went to like where everyone goes, TikTok. And like I was like, okay, like proposing, like what do girls want to hear when they get proposed to? And like I didn't go to like just
You went to TikTok?
yeah, listen,
Sorry, not to laugh.
no, listen, like
But I am.
because there's consensus. Like if you think about it, there's a lot of things, and I watched like
It's like herd mentality. It's like, what is everybody else going to say? So I
no, but like it's
Yeah, but that's what society is.
for sure, but it's also like psychological in a sense where it's like you want to hear the nice things. Like I said nice, I didn't speak about me at all. I said what I do know is that I was on a theme of this is about Karen and our relationship, but it's more like the girl who is getting proposed to wants to hear nice things about her. Like she doesn't want to hear like, oh, like I think I'm better because of you. No, like she wants to hear like,
Why not?
no, because I think it's
That's a compliment.
no, it's a compliment. But it's like the way I see it, or the way I heard it from all these people, and it wasn't just men. It wasn't just women. I mean, it was also men. Men were like, during my proposal, my spouse was like, okay, like I really love the fact that you mentioned my family, that you mentioned that we're great together, that you mentioned as opposed to being like you so cliche things like, oh, I love you, you're so pretty. It was like really getting down to earth and really getting down to those things that are much better than just generic like I love you because you're so pretty, or I love you because you're so this or so that. Like it's just like because you've done this or because you've done that, giving more purpose to what it actually is.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree, but I going back to like the blacking out. I think it's actually when those moments happen when you don't actually remember,
Yeah.
like you don't remember the details. You just remember and the event, but you don't remember the specific details. It actually says a lot about the event. Like I think it speaks to the magnitude of the event.
Right. I don't know. I'm just happy the way it happened, and I'm happy you guys were there for it. I'm happy you guys were. Thanks to Ruffle for really setting up and for Sister and all and everything you guys. I don't even know what parts that like that's something also like
I did the heart on the left. Zach did the crappy heart on the right.
Waffle and I did a lot of the string lights and
I put up the sign.
how much time? Wait, when did you leave to go there? Like an hour before?
I went straight from school.
Which time? What time is that?
I got to the house at like 6:30.
And then we got there at
And then
7:45.
Yeah. First thing I did was crack a beer. Needs to go in.
crazy thing.
And then I put up the lights. That's like the candles. But it's okay. But also, I don't like when there's 5 people doing one thing. I feel like it becomes less productive, you know.
Yeah.
And so I lit up a cigar and I just did my own thing.
Yeah. No, listen, it was great. It was. I don't know what I expected, so I can't say.
But okay, do you think
Go for it.
that the Guinness that we had at the place, do you think it was just because it was fresh, or do you think it was just because of the way they poured it? Because what they did was they poured they fill it up 3/4 way full from the tap, then leave it to sit and settle, and then they pour the last quarter, and that's like where that little bit of like
Foam.
I think
has
it's
comes
both.
from.
It's a shitty answer, but I think it's both. I think it's
Shitty answer.
what?
So it is a shitty answer.
But it's true.
Yeah.
I think it's part of how it's poured. But I think really the biggest is the freshness. If they're going through they're going through 1,000 pints a week, then that's insane.
Right.
Can I come on?
So so yeah, I think that's insane. I think that makes it fresh. I think that makes it fresh.
Yeah. If I take that out of his mouth, it's super dangerous.
What are you doing? Why? What's that?
No, it's so the cap is super dangerous, dude.
Yeah.
Take it out. Okay. Anytime sure, go ahead and room. And we're gonna continue the conversation out of the room. Come on. Let's go. Goodbye.
I mean, I'm going to say it on the podcast, but that's one thing that I think is need a little bit more safer space for.
Yeah.
It gets too disjointed,
For
and
sure.
the user loses focus.
For sure. I don't know. It's yeah. It needs a little bit more
Structure.
I guess structure, if that's what you want to call it.
Why are you shitting on something? We're not actually shitting on it, but
Is it still going?
yeah, we're still recording, and this will be live. He'll never hear it though, because he hasn't listened back. Back to headphone things.
We've been sitting
I
here
guess
for
we could ask we should ask the listeners.
Write a comment. Tag us.
Write a comment and tag at Charles Krul or at Zach Alexander of your thoughts.
Yeah.
We just listed a poll to our users, to our listeners.
You don't
have to listen to find out.
Okay. Well, all three listeners could respond to the poll.
Who is it? Your mom, your dad, and Russell?
No, my parents don't listen to this. No, my family listens to it. But Maya is actually switching her profession to being a financial advisor.
Really now?
She's going from cybersecurity to financial advisor.
Why?
Because she loves it.
She loves money.
Yeah, she and her husband are extremely frugal and money conscious, in a good way, in a healthy way. Like they still do things they enjoy, but like
I'm like that.
What does he do?
He works for a giant nursing home company, and he's an accountant. So it's a company that
I don't know. I gotta see.
He works for Daryl Hagler.
He has a CPA.
I don't think he does.
No, he does not. He does not.
He has a master's in accounting. I don't think he took a CPA though. But he's a great worker. He's a good guy. He's very smart.
That's interesting to go the other way around. Like if I had to choose and get all over again, I probably would have gone like comp sci.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah,
you can still do it, dude.
I know I can. I could do. I have a friend that's just doing. She's doing like a 15-month, like a 15 whatever food camp, 15 months.
Yeah, Ari Mendel did that.
So did
Message Search has a thing totally about.
Ari Mendel did that, and so did Noam Lebowski.
Really?
Yeah, Noam Lebowski did that.
He's coding now.
Yeah, works like a Substack, full stack company, like does like full front end, back end, like code.
That's cool. Good for him.
Because I think with the comp sci, computer science, software engineering life is like the perfect is probably the, from what I see, because I have a lot of friends that are in it, it's the one job that has the perfect work-life balance.
It's got a great work-life balance, dude.
Yeah, and you get paid pretty well. Your cap may be you might be capped.
Yeah, but you're capped at like 354. Like
right.
You're doing really
right.
awesome.
So and
then by the way, at 354, you could probably start. You could put away money to start up your own company at that.
Correct, which a lot of them do. But I think somebody like our friend Ari Mendel, I think he's on the extreme of work the least amount for
the most money.
I mean, Sean Levin is the same way, but
Sean doesn't work very hard.
He works for Amazon.
Yeah, does he work very hard?
Now he actually is working pretty hard. But before that, he was very much work the bare minimum and work the least amount, but be so efficient with your time that his he's not a lazy worker. He's just very smart.
Do you think that people are better off being busy or working more efficiently and having more free time? Because I feel like when people have free time, when people have free time, do you think it's healthier?
It depends what you do with your time.
Yeah, of course, but I think that if you gave, say, 85% of people 7 free hours a day, what do you think our world would look like?
Terrible.
You think so?
I don't think. Yeah, people need purpose.
There's so much creativity that can happen, though. I feel like that's such an obvious thing.
Yeah, but not everyone takes the opportunity. That's the difference.
Also, a lot of times creativity comes from a place of desperation and not from a place of complacency and comfort. Mm-hmm. So, a lot of times, you'll come up with an incredible piece of art or poetry or music or whatever it is because of angst, and you just and your brain is in a place where you have to be dialed up to 11 in whatever emotion you're experiencing, and so it kind of almost has to happen a lot of times out of the people that do the best work when they know there's a deadline, right?
Yeah,
the best artists know that there's a deadline on life and what they're experiencing, or even for example, if it's music, I've read countless stories about bands just wasting their time and figuring things out until like the studio's like, listen, like we need an album tomorrow, and they're like, oh shit, and then they just like, and then they pull something crazy out of the hat because out of just sheer desperation they do it. So, like, I think that if some people had 7 hours a day free, they'd probably waste like at least 6 of them, if not more, on a regular basis.
It's like the immortality like concept. It's like if you were immortal,
I would hate to be immortal.
I think
I would never want to be immortal.
Does it? Well, that's the question. Is life inherently purposeful because of death? It's like sort of the same question.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
I would not want to live forever. I don't know what's going to happen.
Longer than I might, but I would.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily. I don't know when I would say I want to check out.
Well,
yeah. But I don't know if I had a choice when I would want to check out. But I do know that I wouldn't want to live for eternity. I don't even know.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
I'm only questioning you because I do feel the same way. But then when you see like your kids, then your grandkids, then your great grandkids,
yeah, but
then your great
it wouldn't.
They'd just be kids. It wouldn't matter if they're.
You'd lose value. You lose your appreciation of value for it
over time.
But no, forever. Because, for example, if part of what makes my grandfather's relationship with my son so much better is my grandfather knows that he only has X amount of years with this kid.
Right.
And but if he was just the same dude forever, that like
I'm saying forever. I'm saying
immortal.
I'm not saying immortal. I'm saying long. Well, yeah. I guess I am saying immortal. Sorry.
Yeah.
Going back.
He would treat us the same way that a 21-year-old dad that has a 1-year-old. Like, I just want to go. I want to go out with my friends. I want to hang out. I don't want the responsibilities, which a lot of people experience. Right. You only lose that when you realize that you don't have a lot of time in this world, so you feel like you want to take advantage of it.
Right.
A lot of the value, yeah. It's really interesting. It's also really interesting to see how a lot of the best traits and best parts of humanity comes from like not necessarily
pain, desperation.
Yeah, pain, desperation, hurt,
depression.
Yeah, depression, and
who is that?
Anxiety.
Nirvana?
What?
Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain, dude.
Yeah, like how depressed or right after Heath Ledger did the Joker, he couldn't sleep because he was just
dude, he's a fucking drug addict.
He was a drug addict.
But I'm saying, like, what drive, like, but he was if he wasn't going to be the best actor of our time, I don't know who would be. Maybe Christian Bale, even though like it's the same movie, but Christian Bale
of our time.
Of our time.
Who do you think some of the best actors are?
Tom Hanks.
Of our time.
Tom Hanks.
Let's do it right now. Mount Rushmore of actors right now. Do you know Mount Rushmore?
Yeah.
Do I know what I'm not that Israeli.
That's not what I'm saying. Do you know like when you say like lift to the mountain?
Yeah, of course. Top 4 fathers, whatever.
Kobe Bryant.
I would say Tom Hanks. I want to say
Van Dyke.
I want to say Leo, but the only reason I'm not going to say Leo DiCaprio, even though he's incredible and he really, 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 really is amazing.
I love him.
I love him too. I love him, but he plays one role. Pretty much. He always plays the minor criminal that like always has like a little bit of like a dark side that like
he was great.
Kind of starts to consume him and then eventually gets caught. Right? That's generally his role. That's his role in Inception. That's his role in Django. That's his role in like everything. Like he's like.
It's not his role in Rembrandt.
It's his role in Titanic.
It is his role in Titanic. It's not his role in.
It's his role in Wolf of Wall Street.
The Revenant.
Okay, fine. So there's one movie where it's not. But that's what he's known.
Wolf of Wall Street. He's the main guy.
Yeah, but he's the same criminal that a criminal mentality that like eventually gets consumed by like he does well until he gets consumed by like the self-destructive part of him.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Same thing.
Right.
You know, I would say that Russell Crowe is extremely well-rounded. When he plays Cinderella Man, and then he plays with a boxer, and then he plays the professor from A Beautiful Mind, and then he plays the nice guys with Ryan Gosling, and like as a comedy like action movie, and like he can kind of like then he plays Noah, like he just throws himself in like a really really wide range of roles. Tom Hanks does the same thing too. What?
So yeah,
Australia. Yeah,
I would say
Gladiator. Hello.
You're more Gladiator.
Yeah.
Are you not entertained?
I don't remember that.
I'm not entertained. I just rewatched them.
I never watched that movie. I never watched it.
You've never seen it? Oh, I think you got to see it. That's disappointing. You have to see it.
Wait, so on mine, I
Yeah,
think
let's
I
see
would
it.
have Tom Hanks, Robin Williams.
Top 4. Okay.
Yeah, wow.
I'm obsessed with Robin Williams. I think Robin Williams is easily like you could put him. He could do any role. He's done horror. He does it well.
He's done drama. He's done comedy.
He does everything,
Right.
and then
He's done serious.
He's done
Right.
serious.
Can you argue that he plays the same roles in his movies or similar roles?
can, but you could
Flubber?
I loved Flubber.
I don't-
Miss Doubtfire.
But I don't think like let's say Patch
Hook.
Adams. I just saw Patch Adams again.
That's a great movie.
That is a good movie.
And like
Hook?
I loved Hook. I freaking loved Hook, and John Williams doing the score for that was also a huge score.
But then like I could also say like Joaquin Phoenix is also the one who played the current Joker.
Yeah, Joaquin Phoenix is very good. I don't know if he's the greatest.
But I don't
What
know.
about Brad Pitt?
I don't know, but he
Yeah.
also plays the same roles. Like I don't know. Like I feel
Not
like
necessarily.
Brad Pitt? No, he doesn't.
when he plays
That's
that
a lot.
vampire movie, right? Like you can tell it's like this
Brad Pitt is Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
right?
the vampire movies.
What vampire movie?
Then he does.
Vampire movie.
Oh, Johnny Depp has to be out there.
Johnny Depp is not.
Johnny Depp is a great. Johnny Depp.
That was
That was yours.
Yeah, it's
Tom Hanks.
Tom
Tom
Hanks.
Hanks for sure.
Tom Hanks, Johnny Depp.
Meryl.
Meryl Streep. No.
It's honestly, I mean, we'll finish saying them, but so far we've only picked
I think we can all
Now-
agree. We can all agree on Johnny Depp and Tom Hanks.
What about
Johnny
Christian
Depp,
Bale?
Tom Hanks.
I don't know. He does.
Not my Mount Rushmore. I would say he wouldn't be on that.
Christian Bale.
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would say probably Morgan Freeman.
No, fuck that. I love him.
He's
not
great.
better. He's not better than Leo. He's not better. He's not.
Leo's on there.
So there you go. You have 4.
Yeah.
But you think?
I think
Maybe Mark Wahlberg. Maybe Mark Wahlberg.
Dude, Mark Wahlberg is either a comedy actor or a giant dude beating the shit out of people. But he's not like he's not an actor.
That's why I would say Zac Efron is on the same level as Mark Wahlberg.
No, that's so not. That's terrible.
By the way, I actually think Zac Efron arguably probably has done more diverse roles than Mark Wahlberg.
Zac Efron's movie on
Zac Efron
Mark Wahlberg
yeah.
Besides for like the action, like those types of movies, he does a lot of action movies.
Then he's a comedy.
That's comedy. Then he's just like
What else did he do?
a Boston dude. Just
It's always action movies though.
not always.
Ted.
Okay.
That's comedy. That's comedy.
So is some of the other guys. We say Will Ferrell up there.
Fuck Will.
I think I'm reacting. I don't like him.
Will Ferrell, dude.
Can't say it.
And by the way, I appreciate that he is funny. I appreciate he is talented. He does not speak to me even a little bit.
What about Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise is great.
It's the same act. He's the
But
same.
no, because he only does sing it. I don't think Tom Cruise has ever been nominated for like an Emmy.
Yes, he has.
Look it up. I don't think. I don't
Yeah,
think
Jamie.
it's Jamie. No, look it up.
Yeah.
Jamie. No, I think we're
I'm
making.
looking all up.
No, right now, I can get on board. I get on board with Tom Hanks
I
and
think Johnny Depp is number one.
Johnny Depp.
I think Johnny Depp is number one. If Johnny Depp Johnny Depp is easily the best actor, if not of our time.
I don't think he's
Maybe-
the best, but
Oh,
he's definitely.
wait. Al Pacino?
No,
Yeah, but that's not
he's
really out.
great. He's iconic.
How about what's his name?
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro.
That he plays the same role,
Yeah, they all play the same.
except for Meet the Fockers. That's like the only time he's. Oh, I guess not.
And a therapist movie.
And I guess also.
And what's the
Small
movie with
Anne
Zac
Hathaway?
Efron?
Also, he's with Anne
Oh,
Hathaway.
the assistant or whatever.
Yeah,
He's an assistant. And then he also did Bad Grandpa or Dirty Grandpa or whatever.
Yeah,
with Zac Efron. That was
yeah.
funny. He kept on calling Zac Efron a lesbian, which is just like.
Talking to me.
Yeah, he's still the same role. He's
Because I think so. Here's the difference, right?
Sure.
There's a difference between iconic and like being like the best, most diverse actor.
For sure. The
So
best
Johnny Depp-
diverse
Tom
Johnny
Hanks.
Depp.
So Tom Hanks and Johnny Depp are both diverse and iconic.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp's early movies, like he does like these artsy, indie, cool,
right.
like
We all know his
characters
best time
being
team was being Johnny Depp.
yeah, but he did that movie with about all the cocaine.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and then Johnny Depp was in that first movie with Leo, and Leo plays what's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Oh.
No, what's Eating Gilbert Grape? 21 Jump Street.
Wait,
That's Jonah Hill and
21 Jump Street. The reason was a remake.
what?
Yep. Look it up.
Of what?
It was a remake of 21 Jump Street. 21 Jump Street was originally made in 1984 or something like that.
With Johnny Depp?
With Johnny Depp and another guy. They were both killed in the movie.
Marlon Brando?
No.
I
think so.
I think Emma Stone's a great actress.
I think she's good.
I think Emma Stone is awesome.
Fun.
I don't know if she's a Mount Rushmore.
I don't think she's Mount Rushmore.
Margot Robbie?
No, she also plays very similar roles. Like her.
You know what she does, by the way? She has. It's incredible. She has the one. But I think she's also like Australian.
Sorry, Avrumi. 21 Jump Street was only made in 2000.
You think you're the A-Team?
No, Johnny Depp was also in.
Look at Johnny Depp's TV series.
That's what I mean. It was not a remake. Then they made it into a movie. He was in the TV series of
1987 and 1999. Who are the?
That's what I'm saying.
Johnny Depp is in it. He's correct. He's Officer Tom.
Thank you. Who is the woman that always plays? Okay, Tim Burton is one of my favorite directors. Period. Ever, because I just love his movies. They're dark and depressing, and I love it.
Okay.
But who is the woman who plays on this? Like, let's say Sweeney Todd. What's her name? She also plays. She plays.
Sweeney Todd or John Pickens.
Who plays Bellatrix?
Oh, she's not a Mount Rushmore. She's
Mount Rushmore.
But she's very talented. She's very talented.
That's what's her name?
Because she encompasses and embodies.
She is one of the best. She's on mine. She's on mine, dude. Who plays?
David Radcliffe is on mine. Mount Rushmore, yeah, dude.
Interesting. How do you think he's broken out of the Harry Potter?
No, I think he's always going to be Harry Potter.
He's only Harry Potter.
He's always going to be Harry Potter.
He's
going to the Nick Broadway show thing that he tried to do.
I'm not sure what this new HBO show is going to be with him.
Oh, I think it's going to be great.
I think it's going to be.
What do you mean?
But I'm saying the Harry
Potter TV show. Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah.
I mean, J.K. Rowling's attached to it.
Yeah.
And
you think she's milking it?
No. I think that it's I think that if I can go back, if we could delete history, I would delete the Harry Potter movies. And I would just start it right now and make HBO 6, 7 seasons or 7, 8 seasons.
Rather that.
I would because you know why? Number one, you don't have to stick. The only good in my opinion, McGonagall and Hermione were the only good characters. What's McGonagall's name again?
Her actual name?
Actual name.
Oh, she's like
She's also in Hook, by the way.
She's also in Hook, but she's also her main role is Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey.
Yeah, I forgot her name, but and then Emma Watson.
Yeah,
right. Was also, but like, she was a great Hermione. I think she was like spot on Hermione. But I think that the rest of the movies, Sirius Black to me was not great as like. Really? He didn't speak to me as Sirius Black. Lupin didn't speak to me as Professor Lupin. By any stretch of the imagination. You know what Lupin's in? He's in The Big Lebowski.
Is he really?
You remember? Yeah, I remember. So, how well do you remember the movie?
Pretty well.
Pretty well?
Not very well.
So, when the dude goes to the Lebowski's daughter's house, and there's like a guy with a shaved head, and he goes, "Oh, what are you doing?" He goes, "Who are you? The dude with the cleft asshole?" And he goes,
"That's not the artist."
What?
Like the woman that the dude.
So the woman artist that the dude speaks with, she had a friend.
Yeah, and that's I remember.
He's Professor Lupin.
Wow. You don't think Mad-Eye Moody is good in that? I think he's pretty good.
He's okay.
I think
it sucks. Listen, the problem is the first Dumbledore was incredible.
Yeah.
The first Dumbledore to me was a perfect Dumbledore. The problem to me was the books are so character driven and they're so human and it's such a human story that it's impossible to capture the movie as the books as a movie. You could do it as a TV show the same way that you could do Sopranos as like a life. Like you really think Tony Soprano's
Game of Thrones,
right?
They did the books and they did them as movies.
So if you
get it screwed up at the end,
now the movies are actually a detriment. The movies are now a detriment to what the shows could be because everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, that's not Harry Potter. Oh, that's not Hermione. Oh, that's not like." Yeah, guess what? They could be better. They could be way better.
They're also going to be.
We have these weird expectations for a subpar movie with subpar graphics and subpar CGI.
Well, that's also because of time. You have to give it.
By the way, I didn't even love the director. I forgot.
Yates?
What?
Yates?
Yeah, Yates.
David Yates.
He's
not all of them, but he's most of them.
Yeah, I mean, my point is that like I think that if you could, I think the movies did the books more of a disservice than a service. And I understand why they had to make it because it was such a valuable piece of intellectual property. And at the time in the early 2000s, that's the only way that like TV shows were a joke. You know,
It's due to hit HBO in 2026.
it's a year and a half.
Yeah, it's a long time now.
No, it's not because you gotta, dude. You gotta. I mean, shooting might take 4 months, but editing is gonna take a year.
Nah, HBO's ratings are gonna go up like crazy because of it.
I don't think so because I think.
By the way, I'm getting destroyed in their stock. I bought my grandfather, who Saba was a great investor his entire life.
Yeah.
He told me before he died, he told me to invest in HBO and Warner Brothers Discovery. I bought at $17 a share. I spent $500, and now they're at like $6.50 a share, and they just keep on plummeting. Like they're just a mess right now. But I think that I think that it's an enormous disservice to the Harry Potter franchise to have
The movies or
to have the movies exist.
But that they weren't. But think about it this way: HBO wasn't HBO yet. Netflix wasn't around. All these,
No. I'm not blaming them.
That
I'm not blaming anybody. What I'm saying is, I think if I could go back to time in cinematic history, I think that erasing. Also, the format of like television has become. It used to be that no actors wanted to be TV actors. Like there's TV actors who were considered like,
actors were up.
and movie actors were up there, right? And so people were like, you know, I would like once like George Clooney started TV, and then once he went to movies, like he's never gonna work on a TV show again, you know. But now that TV, now that streaming services are throwing the most money at TV shows because you want to average 3, 4, 5 seasons, you know, per show, and you know that you're getting subscribers, clicks, and by the way, the value of the entertainment industry now is time spent on the app.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? A 2.5-hour movie isn't going to cut it anymore. You need 10 hours of television.
Right.
Because that's what's valuable to streaming services. Not even that, but what would you, if you had 10, let's say you have Netflix, you have 100 million subscribers, 500 million subscribers, right? Whatever it is. Would you rather them spend 2.5 hours on average watching content? Or would you rather them watching 10 hours on average? 2.5 hours is literally an episode and a half of The Sopranos.
Right.
Or 2 episodes of The Sopranos. That's nothing. You know, I mean, Sopranos is 8 seasons. I mean, so
Great show.
it's a great show. I love that show. I'm like half debating rewatching it again. I'm like watching random episodes now. I want to watch The Wire.
I started it.
I know. I'm like 5, 6. I'm like 6 episodes in, but I don't have the time to sit and watch. It's a very
You need to watch.
dialogue-driven, character-driven show.
Driven.
I have to pay attention. I can't just be on my computer working while I'm talking.
Wait, really good cast, also, by the way.
Yeah, and it's Andrews Elba.
Yeah,
I think was
his breakout role.
Yeah, he's awesome.
The guy that plays Zane on Suits, Rachel Zane's dad.
Oh, the black dude. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I forgot his name. But he's great. He's fun.
Yeah,
he's the detective. He's the guy's partner, right?
He's McNulty's partner.
McNulty.
McNulty's in the new season of The Crown.
Do you know the story of how the show got made?
You know, it's some of the people
the guy's an investigative journalist.
Yeah.
The writer of the show spent like 15 or 20 years as an investigative journalist in Baltimore. Actually, like
some of the gangsters are actually from the actually hood. Like they literally
HBO.
Some of them went to prison.
Yeah.
And now came back and now are.
They're not actors.
Like Barksdale, Avon Barksdale was like kind of. It's not based off of somebody, but he's like loosely based off of somebody.
Sure. Yeah. Well, most of Scorsese's movies, I think, are based on real stories. Goodfellas is based on a real story. Casino is based on a real story. Like, again, loosely based. But most of his stuff is. Dude, The Departed. The Departed to me is probably Scorsese's best. Is my favorite Scorsese.
It's my favorite Scorsese.
It's my favorite Scorsese movie.
It's so good.
And Wolf of Wall Street is really great too.
Yeah,
Wall Street's great.
I used to hate it.
Seven on Fire movie also Scorsese, right?
Yeah, but that one was okay.
I never seen it. I stopped seeing it.
You don't have to.
Like I'll save it for a long plane ride.
No, you don't even have to. It's fine. It's apparently he had to rewrite the whole script because Leo decided that Leo was going to play an FBI agent. The movie was a lot of the movie is going to be about the founding of the FBI.
Right.
And how the FBI initially came to exist, because when you had the Wild West and you had people doing crazy things with absolutely no
Federal oversight.
without any kind of oversight, right? Then the FBI had to exist because the local police, like, if Oregon is not a country, it's not really even a state yet, and like anything west of Texas is just wildlands,
Yeah.
right? And people are shooting people, people are raping people, people are killing Native Americans, people are doing all these crazy things, and there was just no like local police or sheriff, anyone that gave a shit to do anything about it. Like you needed some kind of federal oversight, and so the book was originally supposed to be about that. Leo was supposed to play the FBI agent, and then he decided to, and then he was like, no, I want to play this role as like this the villain's idiot nephew that like is a very complex character because he doesn't know whether he doesn't know any better one way or another morally whether anything he's doing is correct or not. But yeah, the movie was okay. I love Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
I thought Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I think Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was one of my favorite movies of all time.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Did you watch it?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't like it.
That's your favorite Tarantino.
It's one of my favorite. Yeah, it's one of them.
Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
Yeah, I don't love it.
That's good.
I understand why. I understand why I didn't love it. Okay, great. I mean, there are plenty of movies with great cast and great movies. I think
Django was good.
Django was good. What do you call it? Inglourious Bastards was pretty good.
I forgot that is it. Yeah, that might be my favorite. That movie is so good.
You love that movie?
Yeah.
What do you think of Inglourious Bastards?
I love it. It's my go-to Tisha movie.
That's not a Tisha B'Av movie. Donnie the Bear Jew?
We have the Israeli perspective. Welcome, Karen.
Hello, Karen. We have the fiance in the house.
You should have stage fright.
Okay. Well, she doesn't have to talk. You can just drink some beer if you want.
She tried that one. She liked it.
You liked it?
Oh, what flavors did you say?
No, she didn't like it. She tasted like vanilla.
No, she said almond.
Yeah.
So you didn't like it?
No, it doesn't like almonds.
But it's here. This is what it is. It's caramel coconut fluff and butter.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
So how does it feel to be an engaged woman? Engaged to be married.
Don't keep a woman. Sounds old.
Engaged young lady. How's that?
Fun. Fun with flags.
Fun with flags.
I'm so bored. I left and I'm like,
Where'd she go?
I don't have battery on my phone.
Where's the charger?
I'm contemplating my life.
How's that going? Yeah. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Yes, but it's nice to be an engaged couple. It's different.
You don't feel any different, do you?
I do.
What do you feel?
Closer.
Attached.
Do you?
Not really. I said to him this
Yeah,
morning.
we spoke about it in the car where it was like life doesn't feel different, but you feel more connected. Like it's not like nothing's changed. Like I put a ring on her finger, great. And
You
it's
guys crying together. That's also a nice moment.
crying together.
Yeah, crying together makes you more
I don't think
vulnerable.
we've ever
No.
No. We're
I
not
fight with you guys too. Now we're all closer.
Nah. Well, we've always been close. It's always been like that. It's always been like, you know what? Okay, we're going to see Ephraim. We're going to see Ephraim and Rachel. We're going to see coming to your house. We're coming here. That's always been like this feels like, even though yes, we were in New York, like this feels like more vacation here. Like it feels like
Does it?
Vacation, but we feel at home. Like I feel comfortable. Like
I've enjoyed it more this time than last time.
Yeah, because last time you were just meeting us. This is the first time that
Yeah.
we met. No, it's okay.
No, the whole trip
yeah.
was a lot. Last time.
because there was a lot.
I was meeting your dad. I was meeting you.
My dad.
Yeah, he was in Orlando.
No,
Oh,
yeah, too.
Oh,
Like, I was meeting.
forgot about
No,
that.
and I was talking about his dad.
my dad too.
Yeah, I was meeting so many new people. I didn't understand what is Disney. Like, it was huge. It was so hot.
What'd you think of it?
It's amazing. I want to go back. But
You do want to go back?
yeah, I do. It was just a bit crazy for the first time.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot, and also like as Americans, we don't think of a lot of things. Like Karen comes from a Spanish / Israeli family, and it's very interesting because like coming here and bringing in an Israeli, an American, not an Israeli Spanish.
Before.
No, but bringing you here and like really showing you like our life and our culture and all these things, it makes it like really crazy. It's like different.
Yeah.
It's like for us, like let's say when we got to one concept is like Zach also does this. If it's like 10:45, 11, oh we'll wait till lunch. Karen's like, no, I'm eating now. Like
Yeah, and also the food was a big issue.
You don't like the food?
no. There wasn't like Karen eats at specific times, like
I had moments when I was hungry.
and we
It was
didn't feed
painful.
her. No, because let's say when we get to Orlando, well, last time we drove to Orlando,
You like this?
We went to Costco on the way to Orlando.
right? But there was no food ready to go when we got there, and like
I was
us,
hungry.
like as Americans, we'll wait till what's it called till dinner to eat, and we'll like nosh like just like today, like you snacked basically all day, didn't really have a meal or whatever it is, and then you're like waiting for Friday night to eat.
Okay.
Like it's sort of like the same thing. Like we got to Orlando, it was like 3 o'clock. We're like, we could wait probably till 6 o'clock. Like go get some hummus and go get some like crackers and like that's it. And that's a very American,
lunch.
right?
This is what happened
you like
in Disney.
Yeah.
I was hungry. I didn't feel full with the sandwiches.
Do you have a hot lunch at work every day?
Yeah.
What do you eat?
But it's Israeli. It's Israeli.
Oh,
No.
Israelis are big on lunch, right?
Meat lunches.
White one, but
Oh.
if not, I bring from home.
I make.
Yeah, trust me.
What do you make? What hot
What
food
hot
do you make?
lunch do you make?
I make bolognese.
Basic
I
food.
make. There's a lot of like fish. I make. There's a lot of. It depends. There's like different types of chicken. We stir
that?
fry.
A stir fry?
Yes, I make a lot of. We make a lot of stir fry.
So do you're saying like
I
hot
never
food?
make stir fry. I never
Hot
make
food that like hot. You're saying hot food is just something that you could like reheat versus like a sandwich? Is that like the
Yeah.
difference?
Yeah, because it feels more like a meal. And like Israelis are very like the Mediterranean diet in general is light breakfast, heavy lunch, light dinner.
Heavy breakfast, heavy lunch, light dinner.
Yeah.
Well, breakfast is big.
Yeah.
Meaning it's vegetables and cheese and bread and eggs and.
If I eat cereal,
I love Israeli breakfast. Is my favorite thing in the entire world. When I go to one of these Israeli places like Rimon Cafe Rimon, where it's like 50 shekel, which is like $15
You're so old.
for all you can eat, and I'm just like eating.
We have to take it to Nina Bianca when you come to Israel.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's this Italian. It's this new Italian place near Rehoboth, and
It's
that does
amazing.
every.
It's funny like
It's a
that.
breakfast place.
Yeah. It's
Not only, but
on Fridays they do brunch.
I love brunch. I love that.
Bottomless mimosas.
By the way, there was a place here that does bottomless mimosas.
We did.
Kosher?
Yeah, it's what's it called? Grand Cafe.
Oh wow.
I think they capped me one time though. And I got like 6, and they're like, okay.
But that's actually so we can make. Also, Karen makes Spanish rice.
I love Spanish rice.
we don't have the pot here. I think they.
No. Oh, okay.
You need a rice cooker?
No, you need a pot, like a heavy
It's a
cast
special
iron.
one.
For
We can make shakshuka.
oh, don't do me any favors.
It's a big shakshuka.
I like shakshuka.
Do you want to do?
What's your recipe for shakshuka?
Her dad.
Put everything that you have at home. It will be fine.
Like chicken.
No.
I've actually eaten shakshuka before.
I usually do tomato sauce. Tomato sauce, onions.
Do you use fresh tomatoes?
No, I use canned tomato sauce, onions, peppers,
No, I'm disappointed already.
Garlic.
Amazing.
and hard-boiled eggs.
But what greens?
Hard?
Not hard-boiled eggs. Eggs that become hard-boiled. What?
Do you put parsley?
No, I never buy. I don't think I've ever bought parsley in my life.
Ever bought parsley?
Wait, you guys, what do you
Like
taste?
parsley.
Does it taste like soap when you eat it?
First of all,
No, I don't like the taste. It's just I'm not going to a
Also,
store like,
Trader
oh, need some parsley.
Trader
today.
Joe's used to have shakshuka, kosher shakshuka, like
Sometimes.
in a
I
box.
don't make
No.
No,
No.
Why?
No.
We used to get kosher shakshuka in a box.
don't say no until you've
Oh,
tasted.
it's not bad, by the way.
Thank you.
It's not
Don't say
bad.
no until you.
It's not homemade, but it's not bad.
It's disappointing. This is
Don't say no until you taste it.
You have to. No. Okay. Here, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. I believe that we have to be open-minded and try things before we dismiss them.
Agree.
Wrong.
Don't say no until you.
This is
try
just
it.
American culture.
Yes,
Everything should be ready.
and that's why we have so much more than Israel does, because you try more things. You know.
That's true. Israel is sort of stuck on what's it called.
Exactly.
Israel is stuck on like what it knows. That's why it's so hard to change the systems. Like that's why it's so hard. Like People are like, we need to cancel
Well,
this.
because it's the home of people that have kept tradition for
Yeah.
so long that like you can't give that up. It's like it's a national identity thing.
Yeah, we need Amazon though.
You need Amazon.
We need Amazon. Oh my god.
You need Costco.
Costco. Costco. I don't
We
think
have
we need
mobility.
Costco.
Yeah,
we
we
have places.
We just don't.
It's not Costco.
It's not Costco, but
It's not Costco.
But we have Kirkland products now, which is great.
Yeah?
In
Kirkland Tequila?
Kirkland.
Kirkland.
Kirkland is a Costco brand. Kirkland's a place actually in Seattle, right next to Seattle.
that's where Costco starts.
That's where Costco started.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't know that.
It's right across from. It's right over. It's on Lake Washington. There's Seattle, Lake Washington, and around there is like Kirkland is one of the expensive places. I think
It's pretty expensive.
it's where Bill Gates lives. I think.
Mhm.
And
I love it.
someone else lives there too.
Oh.
But I don't know. Kevin, what do you think about moving to America for postdoc?
Charles asked me today. I don't know. I would be fine. Just
You don't want to leave your family. I feel like
yeah.
right.
That's
Like he dismissed that. He dismissed that.
No,
He's just like, no, she doesn't care.
I did not say that. Go back.
you're ruining a family right now.
That's right. That's right.
No, I would be happy to live here for 6 months.
But that's not
That's not
postdoc.
postdoc.
No, I know, but I'm saying in general.
Postdoc is
So
like
then you wouldn't
4
want to
years.
live here then.
4 years. Can you imagine being 30 when you leave America? Staying here to your third, or coming, let's say, another year when you finish, 25, right? And you apply.
No.
How old are you? 24.
No, I need to do my PhD before my
She's in her
postdoc.
master's.
Postdoctorate.
You're going to be like 40.
You're gonna be in school the rest of your life.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, but it's fun, right?
It's fun.
I mean, we're having a good time.
What's your favorite part about it?
It's like a puzzle. You have to discover what's going on, investigate.
Do you like the people
Yeah.
you work with? You love the people you work
I
with.
know. Yeah.
Do you ever not like people you work with?
Yeah.
And then what do you do about that?
Cry.
Well, that's how you definitely don't cry in front of them. Are you tough in front of them?
No, I
Are you mean to them?
No, I cried. I have a bitch. How do you say it?
Resting bitch.
Resting
Yeah.
bitch face.
RBF. It's when
No, I'm like,
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it scares me when she's also tired. She has it, and I think she's mad at me. I'm just like,
bitch face.
okay, what did I do?
had a nap today, and I'm still happy.
Yeah, because she.
I need a nap now.
this is when shopping.
I only bought 3 shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Only.
What do you think of Sawgrass? You like it?
I think it's
It was super nice.
super nice.
Yeah.
Super
It's
good.
better. By the way, so Aventura is a nice mall to go to. Sawgrass is better for shopping.
I thought it was at Aventura. Your
No, we bought
grandmother
it.
got us.
My mom an amazing present.
Oh my god, yeah.
What'd you get her?
We bought her a L'Occitane or what?
L'Occitane?
No,
No, not
L'Occitane.
L'Occitane.
Okay,
L'Occitane.
What is that?
It's a soap
cream. Yeah,
company.
it's a soap and cream company.
You
Yeah.
can bring that into Israel. They'll arrest you.
For what?
Customs.
For what? It's under like it has to be. It's no.
No, we don't look suspicious.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's true. By the way,
I once brought in when I
when you're not resting bitch face, you look great.
when I flew back from Greece, the first time I went to the Pesach program, they gave me like 6 bottles to bring back in my suitcase, and I had no idea the rules. Apparently, you can only bring back 2 per
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, don't worry, just go through."
No, that's into America.
No,
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
So
By the way, you can't because my uncle brings in 6 bottles of wine back when he comes. You could bring more than one.
You just need to make
Yeah,
that
just-
suspicious.
No, from duty free.
Don't-
Yes. No, not for duty free.
No, of course. So from duty free, I think
It's two.
it's 2. You can bring whatever you want in
Yeah.
your bag,
He
but
has a wine suitcase
that's crazy.
that it's like a suitcase and it fits 6 bottles of wine. It's like it's like protected, and they come and they check it. And
I don't know. When I was in Greece, Greece was on their A game with beer.
yeah.
Greece made amazing.
Wait, I have a question now.
Yes.
Last time I was here, you were talking about making a lian.
When was I doing that? No, I would. Here's the thing. I really would.
As you just bought your house.
Well, I would sell it. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how life goes.
I
the principle on
I will. Why I would, and that I will.
Because I don't know that I'm going to have a job, and I don't know what right now my skills are very heavily dependent on the fact that I speak English and that I'm a good communicator and good at interacting with people. I do sales and I teach, right? Those are very cultural jobs, right? sales, you have to get to know what the sales culture is.
Can't you do it remotely?
Yeah, if I want to work from midnight to 6 o'clock in the morning every day.
Oh, you have to be.
I have to be able to answer calls from East Coast and West Coast.
You've been working from 4 o'clock to 2 a.m.
Yeah. And then teaching, I could teach, but teachers don't make money.
No,
You know.
unfortunately.
So I'd have to find an opportunity that I could fill the role and provide something. Another thing also, I think I feel very strongly about this is I have a very, very low tolerance of being able to do things that I don't like. Right? There are some people that are really good at just sucking things up and just getting it done.
Yeah.
I can't. I burn out so quickly of doing things that I hate, and like I have very little stamina for that. So like, if someone's like, "Oh, it's fine, just get a job and like you'll make ends meet and then you'll work your way up," like I don't have the, I don't have the. I don't think I have the ability or the patience to be able to do something like that. You know, like I barely have the patience to do my job, like a sales job now. Like it's commission based, and thank God you can make profits that make it that I don't have. I don't work 50 hours a week in my sales job. You know, I probably work 35 hours a week or 30 hours a week in my sales job. Right?
Mhm.
That's what I could tolerate. You know, and then I teach and like.
Do you have ADHD?
No, I don't. But I do have because I right now if I wanted I could sit, I could close my eyes and not move and just breathe for 10-15 minutes straight. Not move a single muscle for 10-15 minutes. I can focus on a conversation for an extended period of time. I could sit and read a book for an hour. Like I have the ability to do it, but it has to be something that I'm interested in. Like
Yeah, but that's part of ADHD. Like it's fixating only on the things that you love.
No, it's not. ADHD is just not the ability to be able to do that.
Well,
Look up.
not really.
What? Can you look up the definition of ADHD?
Yes.
You have hyperfixation all the time.
Yeah, so I can maintain my attention on a lot of things for a very long period of time. It's just not things that I don't give a crap about, and I think most human beings are like that. If you were what do you hate learning in school?
Gymnastics.
Okay, if you were forced to do gymnastics for 10 hours a day, you think that you'd be able to do it?
No, I almost didn't graduate because of gymnastics.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
PE.
It's a chronic condition including attention difficulty and hyperactivity and impulsiveness.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily impulsive.
The main symptoms of ADHD are hyperactivity and impulsiveness, being unable to concentrate on tasks, excessive physical movement, excessive talking, and unable to wait their turn.
Well, you do have a podcast.
You do have the excessive talking.
Yeah, excessive talking now.
We're not diagnosing after.
I like to talk.
No, I'm kidding.
I listen. Maybe I do have ADHD. I was never tested, but I never need if I was in class. That's it. You know, I mean,
You're off the spectrum. No, I'm kidding.
You nicked him.
I also.
By the way, but I also think that it's a very stupid. I talked about this almost too much, but I think it's a really stupid system to make 15-year-olds sit in one place for 10 hours. I think it's dumb as
That's
hell.
like Montessori.
Yeah,
Montessori.
Ruffles' brother goes to a Montessori school.
Because people can't sit, and it's just.
You're learning more. Human beings are when I want to teach Shua how to speak. He doesn't learn because I pop down a dictionary in front of him and make him sit and learn words. He learns from context. He learns from experience. He learns from. That's the idea of learning on the job. Is such a valuable idea because you learn from throwing yourself into your environment and you soak it in and then you mimic it and then you.
That's the beautiful thing about it's the beautiful thing and the curse of like the Google age. And, like you can learn anything. Like you really learn anything. Like if I would have known in college, I really could have sat down and there was like these things. Like at least in Israel, there's Coursera. And like the full college courses that you can learn from, and you can speak to teachers and everything like that, and you can really work at it. Like I don't know, it's just like I never was great at sitting in.
I know. I'm sure. Like I know that we have to do something with kids. What?
No.
I think we have to inspire the curiosity.
Yeah, for sure we do.
Inspire them to be.
That happens to be bad teachers that are getting paid $40,000 a year.
That's the problem with getting.
Yeah, I mean, who wants if you're excited and enthusiastic and brilliant, and you can go do anything, and you can get a job being a scientist for $500,000 or $100,000 or $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
There's also
Why would you take a job where you have to answer to a stupid principal and you have to deal with sniveling parents and you have to
also
deal
a lot of teachers. I mean, I would say more in the Jewish world, but even just in general, are usually don't have any experience.
in
With
terms of
what?
Like they're not like actually like they're not educators.
Yeah, I think the bar should be higher, but the problem is
Right.
you can't have a higher bar when no one wants to do it.
Right.
We're gonna
Like
raise the pay. Like,
the example is
How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? More
Like-
tax money?
not in a you're
I mean,
still-
you could take money. You could take tax money away from hush paying prostitutes that are threatening our politicians and they're paying them off, and instead redirect it to teachers.
Drain the swamp. There's
Yeah.
so many workers. I don't understand why we have so many.
Well, by the way, when if Trump wins and Elon Musk is responsible for government efficiency and he fires 71% like he did on Twitter, and the government still runs fine, then maybe we can talk about what you can do with these newly allocated funds.
But this is
But-
why. Listen, I'm not happy.
it's never gonna
I'm
happen.
not happy to pay taxes. Period. I don't think anyone's happy to pay taxes. But in Israel, like, at least we know where it's going.
There you go.
You're not happy.
You sort of
You know,
do.
yeah,
I'm not happy.
you know,
And I do
you
that.
don't get a receipt. You don't know where you're taxing on.
not in-
I think, by the way, I think that it's moral. I think the moral thing that a government should do is provide receipts to the people for what their money
Yeah,
went to.
but in Israel you can say it's going to
What do you mean?
security.
Oh yeah.
And we can't know what's going on.
I understand.
It's like a big word.
I understand. And
Army.
so I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, me too.
Right.
But you can't.
And by the way, what you can say is, you can say, I have $25 going to border defense. What that means, I don't know. But at least I know it's going to border defense. If I have $25 going to education,
You have it.
I know, but you don't get a receipt.
Yes,
We-
תקציב המדינה, how would you say?
You have the balance. You have the
Yeah,
budget.
you have it.
You have.
No, you have a budget.
Yeah,
But you don't
budget,
know
you don't know.
when you make a pay when you make money and you come home and then you get taxes and you get taxes paid. You at the end of the month or at the end of the year, right? You don't get a note from the government that says thank you very much for your $25,000 or your 50 or 25,000 whatever it is.
We only know two things that it goes to. Well, three things.
You know, it goes to
One goes to the federal government.
yeah, and then the local
Federal.
government.
No, and then you have Medicare and Social Security.
And Social Security, which by the way, I don't know enough about this, but apparently, like a lot of people aren't getting it.
Yeah.
No, you are getting it, but you're just not getting.
You're not getting what you put into it.
Correct, because there's not enough
Yeah, well,
because of the baby boomers.
right.
But I'm saying those are the only two things that you know. Three things.
Right, but don't you think it's if you're paying someone, if it would not be unreasonable if you did a job for me. Let's say this happened to me this week. I had a plumber come, and the plumber went to Home Depot to get some stuff that he needed for my bathroom, and he needed for the drain that connects to the washing machine, right? And he came back, and he goes, and I get a credit card bill from Home Depot that says $400, right? I said, what did you spend $400 on in Home Depot? I want to know. Because I'm paying the bill. And yes, I know you're doing the work for me, but I don't know what you did. So tell me what you spent the money on. Give me the itemized receipt. And then tell me, okay, I see you bought a toilet for $100. That makes sense. I see you bought the parts for the drain. That makes sense. That's $150. Why'd you spend $400? Where does that money go, right?
Labor.
Now, yeah, well, but then say that, which you didn't say. And also, that's a separate cost because I'm paying him. I get my credit card from Home Depot, and then I paid him for labor, right? Separately.
Okay.
So when we
Did
paid,
it actually happen?
I don't know how much money I ended up spending, but yeah, that happened this week. Where but the guy gave me the receipt because that's what you do. That's the normal thing to do. He gave me the receipt.
Yeah.
He said, "Here's what you need, and then if you don't like the toilet, take it back. If you don't like whatever, take it back." But
That's fine. Like,
if I get 30%, 40% taxes taken away from me for my money, and I don't mind it, by the way, because if it goes to the fire department, the police department, but I don't want if there's if someone's using taxpayer money as hush money, if someone's
Yeah.
using tax money as secret op money that I'm not interested in, or sending it to wars, or sending it to whatever it may be that you just don't necessarily want your money going to,
yeah.
then you should be able to say, you're taking my money, and I'm being and I'm auditing you. Like I want to know what you're doing, and it's never going to happen. it's never going to happen. But I think it's really important. I think that it's important because right now trust in all our establishments in America is at an all-time low.
Yeah.
We don't trust the news. We don't trust Congress. We don't trust the presidents. We don't trust anyone.
In
Like,
Elon,
when you hear anything, from any establishment, you're like, maybe.
Yeah, you hold no stock in anything.
Yeah, but don't you think that you need that? And don't you think that in order for us, even that for their best interest? Let's say you tell me, you know what, I'm your friend, and you did something and I don't trust you. I would go out of my way to be as transparent with you to win your trust back because our relationship is important.
Because they're doing shady stuff.
Yeah. It's a shame. You think that guy's gonna knock on our door tomorrow?
Nope.
After our 6-person podcast, 6-person listening to the podcast.
We need to finish cooking though.
Okay, let's call it here. All right. Thank you very much.
In the next podcast.
We see you at the next podcast. Thank you very much. Okay, guys. Bye, everyone.